This is a vest?
Yeah.
Like this one?
Yeah, this is exactly like this one. This is actually an older one.
Wait a second, this would be your... Yeah, I was going to say. It's got the same number on
same
it.
Number. This is my old one. I grew a size, unfortunately, and we needed to get a proper carrier. That's what it was. I beefed up. So anyway, this black part of it is the carrier. That's what holds the Armour. Kind of turns it into a wearable shape. The panels themselves, the body armor panels, are inside. So it opens up like this. This also separates into two pieces. Our the Armour itself just goes inside this sleeve. This black can then be taken off and washed.
Oh, this is surprisingly heavy.
It is, yeah. So I keep telling the kids, I'm like, think about wearing 5,000 t-shirts at a time. It's very, very thick, it's very, very tight, and at the same time it has to be, it doesn't breathe very well. And it has to be flexible because you're doing a lot of moving and twisting, and you don't want to be at a tactical disadvantage, if you need to be very flexible and need to move around very well. So this, I expected, this is, when I first started with the city, I was amazed at actually how heavy it was, and now I barely notice it, but and I expected
it must be a joy in the summer, though.
Well, I like the heat, so it doesn't really bother me, as long as I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, and even then I may switch to a long sleeve shirt partway through the day. I know that a lot of people find it difficult, especially people who generally tend to run hot. They're already hot. You add this extra layer, and it really cooks them for most of the day.
When we do the undercover work, we take these panels out, and then it's actually tighter to our body. We have a separate carrier that we then wear that underneath our clothes. So it's got Velcro straps all on the sides and on the top. So it's great against your body, whereas this we have some space, some movement. Yeah. But when you're, wearing this, you're doing that plainclothes stuff, and you're working in the summertime, then it's even hotter because it's right up against you. And
this is nylon, where the plainclothes one really, it's the same idea, except it's like a jersey knit cotton type cover. And the panels, again, they slide into that cover, and the straps come up and hook onto the front. And then there's Velcro tabs on the front of that plainclothes cover as well. So it crumbs. But yeah, it definitely feels more comfortable because there's elastic bands on the side as opposed to this rigid kind of unmovable Velcro. So I think the plainclothes ones are a lot more comfortable. Peel used to use the under the shirt ones. It was a white cotton one. Same deal, but they went for the more, overt look of their body armor. So, which I guess works out. They've got an extra place for badge numbers and extra pockets and stuff, and you can never have too many pockets.
Too true.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So that's the Armour. Again, same idea on the back. They all have an expiry date. This one I think is expired actually.
Yep.
Yep.
They're all dated.
Oh yeah, look at
so
that.
There's the expiration date. This one expired May 19th of 2006.
You want to use your handcuffs that was using for the kids?
Yeah, I heard you saying that the handcuffs are hidden. You were talking to the kids earlier, so it was good. So if you just kind of...
Okay, so I was just telling the kids, yes, we have handcuffs on our uniform, and it's best to have them, they're slightly concealed. So, when we're walking around out here on the platform, when we need to go and deal with somebody, we're not walking out there and just looking, hey, look, we've got handcuffs, because if somebody's already worked up and upset and then they see the uniform, if you add to that we're walking around carrying these handcuffs, they might get the impression that, well, that's what's going to end up on me. We don't want to have people jump to that assumption. We want to be able to go into a situation, no matter how bad it is, we want to be able to go in, and if we can talk to them, get them brought down to a calmer level, see what happened, and maybe get things a little resolved, and not have that as the end result, then that's the route we want to go. Unfortunately, that is the end result sometimes, so that's when we go the route of, especially if there's two officers, it works well, but we do have it where we're solo officers, but we want to have them where they're turning around, and at that point, that's when the handcuffs are coming out of the pouch. If you take that out right away when somebody's looking at you and you're getting ready and getting them all in your hand, that's just showing them this line of force, and that's not something that you want to have to be putting in somebody's face.
You want the softer
You
approach.
want them
it's your
turning
lower
around.
guard first.
You're just saying, okay, could you just put your hands behind your back for a moment? And at that point, that's when they come out. That's when you put them on as smoothly as possible. So then, basically, I was just showing the children about the handcuffs. We have, these are the teeth. The teeth right here, they only go one way. So they go into the hole right here. Once you put it on somebody, they go in and they start to snap. That snapping sound is those teeth locking. So the further I put it so that somebody's hand can't come out, at that point, that's where I'm going to stop. I have a safety button right here. That's called our double lock. Right here. I'm just going to push the button, and at that point, I can't push the handcuff any further.
I noticed that. I noticed
Yeah.
a whole class of kids
Yes.
tried to make that go
I
further.
want them to understand how much force you need to try and apply, and it's still not going to make these handcuffs tighter. So even though somebody has committed an offense, they've done something wrong to somebody else or hurt somebody, once we are then getting involved, that doesn't mean that we want to hurt them. We're not giving them a punishment and we want to throw handcuffs on them and hurt them or make them injured in any way. We're doing it as a means of kind of controlling them, getting them to calm down, and going from that point to resolve the situation. And if that means that, appeals coming in, they're going to jail at that point, that's what happens, but it's not a means of hurting them or inflicting any kind of harm. So once they're going to be out of our custody and they're handed over to Peel, they give us our handcuffs back because each handcuff has a serial number on it. So this very, very small, it says 679130. It's
Okay.
a very, very light inscription on there. But that means, so within the city, these handcuffs are designated just to me. I'm the only one that should have these. Same with Peel, they would have the same inscription. So each officer needs to keep their own handcuffs. So they'll give me my handcuffs back and then reapply their own handcuffs. So then at that point, when we're taking the handcuffs off, we're just putting our key back into the hole. We're turning it once counterclockwise, that unlocks it, and then we turn it back, and that's how they're released.
And it's that easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why it's very important with one of our, once we actually put somebody in our custody and we bring them downstairs, once we're checking them, that's one of the things we're looking for, making sure they haven't happened to come upon their own handy little handcuff key. We don't want them, yes, they're in that enclosed room, but there's no reason why they need to take their handcuffs off.
Yeah, weapons or means of escape are the two key words there. Weapons, anything that's going to hurt them or us,
Yeah.
and then any means of escape that they might have, maybe like a bobby pin or,
So a bobby
key.
pin is enough to open that?
Oh, I
No
don't
way.
know. I'm just.
It's one of the things they show in the movies. It's not something we've tried.
Yeah.
But when they do it in the movies, right in that spot where the teeth go in for the handcuffs, that's where they tend to put it in. And if you work it enough, it probably could end up just releasing that little latch, and then they would pull it back out. Just like how the key goes counterclockwise to unlock it, and then you could pull it out. It probably could. If you work it enough and get it in there, you might hit something.
I'm not even sure if it's been professionally tested in the industry, but I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen enough on movies,
could-
and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, it could be like Mythbusters.
Yeah.